Welcome to your Ethereum News Roundup. Here's your latest for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Farcaster announces plans to migrate to OP Mainnet. Balancer discloses a critical vulnerability. StarkWare open sources its Stark Prover. And RISC Zero introduces its Zeth ZK-EVM. All this and more starts right now. Farcaster, a decentralized social media platform, announced plans to migrate its identity and storage contracts to OP Mainnet. The Web3 social platform currently uses Ethereum Mainnet for its identity system. Farcaster stores most of its data off-chain in specialized servers called Farcaster hubs. Farcaster also said it plans to roll out its platform for all users after the migration. The platform is currently invite-only. Dan Romero, the founder of Farcaster, highlighted the existing ecosystem of apps on the OP stack, including Zora, Base, and Ethereum Attestation Service. Farcaster has over 15,000 registered users. Balancer disclosed a critical vulnerability that impacts certain V2 pools on Ethereum Mainnet, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, Avalanche, Gnosis, Phantom, and Polygon ZK-EVM. The DEX is urging users to promptly withdraw their positions from the affected pools. Balancer also executed emergency mitigation measures, safeguarding 80% of the affected funds. Pendle Finance noted that 3 of its own pools are impacted by the Balancer mitigation measures. The remaining funds that remain at risk account for 4% of Balancer's total value locked. The vulnerability has not yet been exploited at the time of recording. Balancer still recommends users with funds in the mitigated pools to migrate their positions to safe pools or withdraw their assets altogether. Users can connect their wallet to Balancer to check if their position is impacted. StarkWare announced that it will open source the codebase for its Stark Prover, which has been renamed to the Stone Prover. The Prover compresses transactions and generates proofs for Cairo programs. The Prover has been active since June of 2020, proving transactions for apps like Immutable X and Sorare. The code will be introduced during StarkNet Summit on August 31st. The release aims to promote transparency and contribute to scaling Ethereum. Developers can use the Stone Prover to generate proofs, build new apps, and further innovate. StarkWare also plans to open source its infrastructure for the StarkNet stack. Blockchain infrastructure provider RISC Zero introduced Zeth, a new open-source solution for generating ZK proofs of EVM and Ethereum blocks. RISC Zero coins Zeth as a Type 0 ZK-EVM, placing its own pin on Vitalik's chart of ZK-EVM types. According to RISC Zero, Type 0 has all the benefits of Type 1, but without slow proof generation. The prover is built on the RISC Zero ZK-VM in Rust and uses the Bonsai ZK coprocessor. Zeth can be used to prove signatures, account states, block construction, and EVM opcodes. The prover verifies the validity of Ethereum blocks without relying on validators or sync committees and handles block construction steps within the ZK-VM. And lastly, Aave v3 is now live on Base, allowing users to borrow ETH, USDC, and CBETH against wrapped Ether collateral. Users can currently borrow USDC at a 1.38% variable APY. Base, an OP stack chain by Coinbase, holds over $238 million in total value locked, making it the 5th largest rollup by TVL. Base is also leading all rollups in addition to Ethereum Mainnet by number of transactions. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us on Twitter at ETHDaily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io. You can also support ETH Daily by supporting our Gitcoin grant by visiting ethdaily.io/Gitcoin. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.